All right guys, as I mentioned before, check out the roots on this compared to that red globe that we planted a couple months ago. You could damage some of these roots. Just absolutely night and day, but we're gonna give it a try. Sometimes folks like to see how these Tractor Supply trees do compared to something that maybe you buy at a nursery or at a mail order company. So I'd encourage you to check that out. So we're gonna plant this. Dean Family Acres. All right guys, so today we were at Tractor Supply and they had some of their fruit trees marked down. I know y'all have heard me before say it might not be worth it to try Tractor Supply in regards to their bare root. I'm specifically talking about those little boxes that they have. But I think when you see a unique variety and you check and you make sure that it will work in your area, because box stores are known for offering trees and plants that don't grow in your area. So I would encourage you, do your research before you purchase that tree or that plant. So when I went to Tractor Supply in my local area, we have been zone 8A for approximately 20 years. We did not change with the latest revision for the zone growing map. And I went to my local, actually the closest Tractor Supply that is near us. It's probably about 20 miles away, and got there and looked and they had some trees marked down. And so I started looking. One of them was Florida King Peach. Those won't grow here. Those are for much more southern, probably the lower part of the state, South Georgia, and down into Florida. I also noticed that they had this tree here. This is a Sam Houston Peach. And this Sam Houston Peach actually takes about 500 chill hours. So it would be a little bit less than what we have on our other trees. So it might provide a little bit of variety in regards to the timing of when we have something growing and or blooming. So we're gonna get this in the ground. I'm gonna open up the package before we dig our hole. I've got a little bit of help today, and I'm gonna actually go ahead and let this tree soak in some water. This is mostly rainwater, and I'm just gonna let it soak for a little while we're digging the hole. Make sure it gets good and hydrated for when we get it in and planted. So here we go. Hopefully you guys will enjoy us getting this Sam Houston Peach tree planted here in Upstate, South Carolina, Zone 8A.
Can I do like this?
Yeah, but don't like throw dirt everywhere, okay? So what you want to do, you ready? Let's get the grass off the top, you think? Ooh, that's a tough little spot there, you think? So we'll do double all the way around here. Dig that, but listen, don't throw the dirt everywhere, okay? Just put it right here or leave it in the hole, okay? Don't throw it around. Yep, just right next to the hole, because if you spread it all out, I won't be able to get it, okay? There you go. This right here is why I mentioned that about trees from Tractor Supply. Yeah, just leave it in the hole. Just kind of make it where you're kind of making it where you can soften it up a little bit. There you go.
Oh.
Making any progress?
Is this a video?
Yeah.
Alright guys, we're gonna make this whole thing go right here. That's gonna help a little bit.
Huh?
Can you push this down a little bit?
Yep, you ready? Kind of crunchy down there, isn't it? All right, that's enough of it. All right, guys, so I mentioned earlier, but didn't know if you could see, but compare the roots to this from this clip right here of our red globe peach from Ison's. you could damage some of these roots. Wow, what a difference in the amount of roots. We're gonna give this a try, but it's definitely worth it to support local small businesses or semi-local small businesses, or those professional groups that you know are gonna provide you with some excellent quality plants. So I would encourage you to do that. That way you know that you're getting some good quality plants. Don't just make that impulse buy and go straight to a store. We're gonna document how this red globe peach does compared to this Sam Houston. And I can almost promise you, this red globe, yes, it's gotten a head start, but we just planted this a couple months ago compared to this Tractor Supply peach. This is Sam Houston. So y'all follow along, and we'll be doing update videos as well on how these are doing. All right guys, so we've got part of the hole dug. My trusty dusty assistant was able to get a good bit of it done. This clay is a little bit hard, and we hadn't had nearly as much rain as we had before. So I'm gonna try and make the hole a little bit bigger and a little bit deeper, and then we're gonna amend the soil just a little bit. You might notice on this hole when he was digging that we did get out our square shovel. If you can, it's nice to have a square hole. It's not actually a hole, but you know what I'm saying. A square hole so that when those roots hit that corner, they will kind of try to protrude and not just circle around in a circle. So round shovel, I'm going to be using the square one just to make sure those edges are just right. If you don't have a square shovel, you can go and kind of work the shovel around where you're kind of making almost like teeth marks in it, so that way when it hits something, it will try and grow in. Just a quick tip of the day. You can see here, taking our square shovel, just making sure that our edges are flat all the way around, so that's like a cube that you got going down in the ground. All right, so I've got a combination here of pine bark soil conditioner, which we got this bag on discount at Lowe's. As I told you before, I would encourage you, just look for bags that might have a rip in them and just kindly ask, hey, this bag's got a rip, not sure how much has come out, to ask them if you can get a discount. Pine bark soil conditioner is the trick and key if you are going to be planting in clay soil, which that's exactly what this is. I've also got some mushroom compost and a little bit of black cow. We're gonna just incorporate that in with the native soil. You do not wanna fill the whole cube that you've created with modified soil, because it will never wanna expand out into the clay. You wanna just amend it slightly when you are doing this. Again, do not make every bit of soil that you have in there something completely different. Black cow right here. All right, hang on a second, I don't need that yet.
Let me have it.
Hang on, y'all. Hey, boys. All right, I think I got it. All right, guys, as I mentioned before, check out the roots on this compared to that red globe that we planted a couple months ago. Just absolutely night and day, but we're gonna give it a try. Sometimes folks like to see how these Tractor Supply trees do compared to something that maybe you buy at a nursery or at a mail order company. So I'd encourage you to check that out. So we're gonna plant this, and we're gonna plant it at about this soil depth. You can kind of see how that was. And how we're gonna do that is use the shovel and lay it on the soil, and that way we know at what depth we can be at. So we're gonna take it. All right guys, so we've got this Sam Houston Peach, which takes about 500 chill hours and was actually introduced by the University of Texas A&M, planted here in Upstate of South Carolina, Zone 8A. We'll keep you posted on how this peach tree from Tractor Supply Company does compared to some of our other peaches that we've either grafted or that we bought directly from companies like Ison's. Hopefully this will be a great comparison for y'all in the future when we kind of keep up with how things go. Thanks so much for watching, greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, tag Tractor Supply if you would like to, and whenever you do enjoy the video, if you want to see more videos just like this or follow our progression with adding these peach trees to our property here, I would encourage you to subscribe. And when I say subscribe, you also need to make sure and ring that bell. And when you ring that bell, you need to ring that bell like, that's right, Mike Tyson in the 1980s. Thanks so much guys, y'all have a great one. Looking forward to seeing you next week. Thanks so much for watching today's videos. You can see behind us, there's the red globe, and here is the Sam Houston. It did spread out and it took about a month or so. A little worried about it, but it finally came out here not too long ago. So just want to give you a quick update. There'll be a playlist over here and then a video here. Hopefully they will be beneficial to you, and don't forget to subscribe down below. Y'all have a good one. Looking forward to updates on this one.